The first place we're going to start is content, content, content. And this doesn't mean just copying and pasting in or uploading what we need. It's about understanding this idea of content modeling. So if you take a look at music festival posters, which I absolutely love, there are some similarities or patterns between each of these posters. There's the name of the festival, the date of the festival, the musicians that are going to play at the festival. And if you had to say, like, what is the prototype, what is the template, what is the model for a music festival poster, you can easily put that together. Right. So again, the name of the festival, the date, the artist, name of the festival, the date, the artist, and there's other similarities to this. And you take the same idea of being able to model anything, right? In this case, it's going to be a music festival poster. You take that same concept, right, and you can apply it to websites. So here's a Alyssa Part article that you're going to have to read, and this is from 2012, and that might seem like a long time ago, but we've been modeling content for a very long time. And the concept stays the same, but our execution of it is going to vary depending upon the technologies available at the time. So this is one of those skills that you can put on your resume, like I can model content. And as a designer, you're going to have to do this. Yes, as a designer, you're going to have to do this because otherwise someone else is going to do it for you. Okay. And again, our days of copying and pasting are coming to an end because we have so much content that needs to go into anything, right? That we want to have a way to systemize that and to automate it. So we're going to start there. Again, please watch Chris Coyer's great presentation on the all-powerful front-end developer. Right? Notice right, that we start talking about UX from the very, very beginning. Right? That we are the gatekeepers of this. Right? This isn't our territory, and therefore we should know about these technologies. I'm not going to paraphrase too much of his presentations, but I like this part. Right? This is really one of those lifelong skills. I have been modeling content as soon as I stopped copying and pasting web pages. Okay, and as soon as we left the idea of what is a web page, which became a website, and those became web applications. What we're looking at is a very simple diagram of a potentially complicated process. This is called the technology stack, is what it's commonly referred to. So on the left is your standard or traditional CMS, and that's where all the technologies are coupled tightly together. So the content that gets outputted in the templates, and we're going to be learning about templating later. If that's not coded right, then the templates break, and it also influences how the content gets in and out of the CMS, which holds all the content. So when it's decoupled, let's say that our website is having issues, right? But our watch template is independent of that, and our mobile template is independent of that, and our VR template is independent of that. And what you're trying to do is those are the different heads, and you can add heads and you can remove heads. But by loosening and by decoupling everything, what happens is each display or each view, each head is independent of the other, right? Which gives us a lot more flexibility and a lot more speed and all the other benefits that Chris Coyer was pointing out in his presentation. Data documentation. Okay. So datocms.com/docs. And this gives also another nice overview of this idea of what does it actually mean to be headless, and how do we connect up our content to our actual display. What we're taking a look at right now, and these are the three things that we need to know for right now. It's this idea of building out the schema or the schema, depending on who you ask. So first off, we have our model, and a good way to think about your models is your blueprints, or your prototypes, or your templates for each of your contents. Like our music festival poster, right? It's the title of the festival, the date of the festival, and the artist. So that would be the music festival model. And inside of that model are different fields, and each of the fields are just what I just said: the title, the date, the artist. Okay, and all those, and every instance of that model is a record. So there is a record for South by Southwest. There is a record for Lollapalooza. There is a record for some EDM festival that I'm not aware of. Normally I would search for EDM festival, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we're good there. So model is the actual template itself. The fields are all of the components inside of that model, and every time we use that model, it's another record.